Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Jamar here from Vegas Sense. I've got a brand new comparison video today. In this video, we are comparing a Dior Privé collection fragrance, and that is Gris Dior. We're comparing this to a clone here from Maison Alhambra, and that goes by the name of Grise. All right. So before I start, just want to please ask, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely go ahead and like the video, leave a comment, also subscribe to the channel. And if you find this information in the video helpful, go ahead and share the video. All right. So just to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the original on this strip here. And I'm going to spray the Maison Alhambra on this one. I'll let them air out a little bit. All right. Now, in the opening of these two fragrances, I have to give a slight edge to the original Dior fragrance, the Gris Dior. The Gris Dior up close anyway, you do kind of get a difference in complexity, but this is very minimal. I would say 5% or less. Also, the strength seems to be just slightly higher than, what the Maison Alhambra is. Now, in terms of like the complexity that I'm referring to, like the complexity of the smell, this is not something that I think that you would be able to tell in the air, or even as like the wear of the fragrance. I don't really think that this is something that you would really be able to tell unless you like literally did like this on, one hand, did like that on the other, and just kind of kept going back and forth to try to find the differences. I think that, if you were to maybe wear the original one day and you didn't know whether or not it was the original or the clone, and then the next day you wore the clone, I think you would be hard pressed to really be able to tell, like, okay, well, yeah, this one is the clone, this one is the original. They are definitely that close. Like I said, this one is slightly more complex, and at least in this immediate opening, it does have a little bit more strength in terms of like the brightness and the projection. It does have a little bit more than the Grise does. But I mean, in terms of the overall smell, I would have to say that these are probably like 95, 96%, within each other. Now, you would have to maybe ask yourself, is this fragrance worth for like a 120 ml bottle? I think those go for something over $200, whereas this bottle, I believe I got this bottle from Triple Traders for like $35 or something like that, or $30. You would have to kind of ask yourself, is the difference in, the complexity and the difference in strength worth it? In my opinion, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Like I said, there is a slight difference, but I think even to people that are familiar with this scent, that may smell, the Grise on you by Maison Alhambra, I don't think that they would be able to know that, oh yeah, that's not really the real Gris Dior that you're wearing. I think it would be impossible, because these definitely are that close to where in the air, there's really no way to tell the difference between these. I'm being honest. Now, I do have a couple other samples of some of the other Dior Privé clones that I have as well, that I plan to do videos for, here in the near future. And with some of those, I do actually see like a noticeable difference to where, it would be worth maybe saving up to get the original. But at least for this one, man, the Maison Alhambra to me is definitely the better buy. You're getting 100 ml bottle of this. I believe it's 100 ml. But yeah, you're getting 100 ml bottle for, like I said, about $30, and it's within like 4 or 5% of the original fragrance. I mean, I don't really see the need to pay, several times more to get that extra 4 or 5%. Unless you're just a collector and, you want the original fragrance. Now, in terms of strength, now that, they've been sprayed on here for a little while, or a few minutes anyway, the strength, I would say, is starting to become more closer to each other. So the Grise is definitely starting to catch up now that this one is starting to settle down a little bit. And they're becoming a lot harder to be able to distinguish between each other. So just off of that alone, I mean, I would have to say that the Grise is definitely the better buy if you like that scent DNA of Gris Dior. It's a really nice fragrance. It has really nice opening with like the bergamot and rose, and then it kind of drives down to like a patchouli oak moss. Also it has like sandalwood and amber in it as well. So I mean, it's a really, really nice fragrance. It definitely, at least on me, it smells really fresh and clean, and I definitely prefer this over the Grey Mountain clone of like the Gris Montaigne. This one to me is definitely better. But again, for the price difference, I would have to say that this wins over the original Dior for sure. This is definitely close enough to where I think you would get the same experience for way less. Obviously, the presentation isn't exactly the same as the Dior. It is definitely a cheaper looking presentation, but I mean, it is pretty close to, what the original Dior Privé bottles look like. All right. So let me know if you smelled the original Gris Dior. Let me know if you like that particular fragrance. Also, let me know if you've maybe smelled this and you're curious to know, again, how it compares to the original. All right. So again, if you found the information in this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, also subscribe to the channel, and also share the video. That's Jamar from Vegas Scents. I'll see you on the next video.